enters through the window from the garden when the sun is playing. His joyful smile gives happiness to my heart. It's summertime, and the weather is good. Nowadays, life is peaceful. Days go by, and we have no need to worry. I'm startled by a sudden noise behind my back. I turn around toward a little boy who's picking up with despair the milk he threw. His greatest fears enter the room, a white soldier. The boy freezes at the familiar sound of the food. His hands are trembling and he is even unable to breathe. The soldier walks toward the boy, raising in his hand a stick. After he hits the boy with a roll of force, a dreadful noise comes out. The little boy falls down and the soldier keeps beating him, and his cries bring to my mind the memories of a time when things used to be much more different.
Before the world fell apart and the village burned to the ground, time used to pass by swiftly. It was an ordinary day when the problems began. I was doing my daily chores. Nothing unusual seemed to be happening, and there was no sign of troubles. Maybe that's the reason why when the messenger came screaming,
Riders! Enemies! An entire army is coming!
we went into chaos. The unwelcome intruders had become our enemies, and we had to fight against them.
But how were we supposed to defeat them if they were something that we had never seen before?
That's what we asked ourselves. And now that what we expect had came in, we came into the account that they were actually stronger. At that very first beginning, we were hesitating if we should fight them or not, because the rumors from other villages say that they were the returning gods.
How could mortals like us could dare to challenge the all-powerful gods and go out unharmed?
We thought in fear and let them attack us. After they first cracked down, we recovered their strength and decided to attack the fake gods.
We have never been abnegant to the ones that kill us. And this wouldn't be the start of it.
That's what we thought. Our warriors headed to the battlefield led by our headman, Tap Skull. Their spirit was willing to fight and to win. While our men were decided to protect our city, we had to guide the weaker ones to a safety place. We went to the shelter, far away from the battle fire, while the rivals were killing our fighters. We were in our own fight against the uncertainty, and we feared the worst from the unknown enemy. The suspense ended after 2 days. Then came the disgrace. We came into the unpleasant surprise that our people were going to be their servants, or more corpses.
I rejected in the deep of my soul Spanish. I still do, but I resigned to my fate. The end of our era had already begun, and I was part of it, even when I never meant for it to happen. After they finished their work in our village, they decided to keep on with their conquest, so we dropped to the sea land where the Spanish met for the first time with the Mexicans.
It was a historical encounter, the clash between 2 worlds. But it didn't feel like that. It was more like a threat to the Mexicans, an announcement of their upcoming rout. In some way, I knew that now those greedy people had made up their mind. There wouldn't be no power in earth, nor even in heaven, that would stop the slaughter that was looming. The greatest disappointment came later, after the overlord of the Mexicas and Cortes had their first meeting, because that event gave my heart a little bit of hope. I wanted to believe that maybe the Spanish were not as bad as they seemed. That sparkle lasts only for 1 day. The true side of the Spanish came out after Cortés left. I didn't see the bloodbath they made, but from where I was, I could hear the screams of young men. I could only imagine the worst scenario, and my imaginations were not even close to the reality. Next day, I came where the carnage happened. It was awful. There were no bodies, yet there was blood everywhere. The Mexicans reacted quickly to the treason. They imprisoned the Spaniards until they agreed to surrender, which never happened. As crafty as they were, the Spaniards were handled to escape from their jail. It was not with them when it happened. For some reason that I cannot understand, the Mexicans still consider me as one of them. For them, I was a victim too, and still a native. This only made me feel worse. They take care of me when their enemies were planning a strategy to start a war.
When the war came to Tenochtitlan, I did nothing but hate and let everything happen. I was a coward, and I regret myself. Yet, there was nothing that I could do after the Spanish had already entered with their weapons. Marina, do you have any problem?
I come back from the past to my new reality, where a little boy not older than my son is beaten by a soldier, even when he has already passed out.
Do you have any problem, Marina?
He almost beats the last words. His look moves from me to my son, who is approaching to the house. I know what he's trying to say.
This boy or yours?
I have already lost a lot. My people, the affection of those who take care of me, and even my own identity. But the one thing that I can afford to lose is my son. In my mind I say,
I'm so sorry, little boy. I'm so sorry for leaving you on your own. I'm so sorry for being so weak that I can't even help you.
And then turn around to my kid and leave the room. And that's it. It's over. I'm no longer a native. I have become a Spanish, and there's no turning back. My heart twists at the thought of it. Still, I don't look back. The only thing that I can do now is to move forward. I cannot come back in time and change everything that happened and every single mistake. What I can do is to keep on with my life and give my son the one that I never had. Maybe history won't treat me well. It doesn't matter. I might deserve it, but I cannot sit and cry for my misfortune. I have to be strong and be prepared for the future. That's my duty, and this time I promise I won't fail protecting what I love.
En el cielo nace el sol, ay llorona, en el mar nace la luna. En el cielo nace el sol, ay llorona, en el mar nace la luna. Y en el corazón me nace, ay llorona, quererte como a ninguna. Y en el corazón me nace, ay llorona, quererte como a ninguna. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona de azul silvestre. Ay, de mi llorona, llorona de azul silvestre. Pon tu rebozo en el aire, llorona, para decir que me quieres.